passion burning down in your soul. Hold on.
Hey family, welcome to another episode of Soul Food 101. I'm your purpose girl, Letitia Park. Now guys, before we get to the real meat of the matter, I want to apologize for the how many shows we've missed out on, the how many nuggets that I didn't bring to you guys. I sincerely apologize for that. I was in the middle of dealing with certain things, and times and times again, I was reminded of the work that I started that needed to be done. I remember the first week when I was missing, and someone texted me probably a few days after, and they were like, I realized you didn't do any nuggets. And what that made me realize is that someone is being blessed and someone is being touched, and therefore I can't just end the good work like that. So, guys, I sincerely want to apologize for not bringing you your weekly nuggets. But here we are today on another note, starting our relationship all over again. So, today, this afternoon, this evening, tonight, depending on wherever you are, our topic is silence does not mean absence. And guys, any topic I talk about is something that I've dealt with, something that the Lord would have said to me, or something, that He is giving me the inspiration to come forth with. Now, please don't pay attention to my face and how I look right now. This is how you look when you're just stepping out of the war room. I tell you, this is how you look when you're stepping out of the war room. When you're on the battlefield and the war has ended, this is how you come out, you know. But on another note, silence does not mean absence. Many of you might be going through your seasons right now, and you're wondering where God is. Like, where's the promise keeper? Where's the friend when I need him? Where's the comforter when I need comforting? And then you probably start to think back and on all the great people in the Bible, like, oh, but he was there for Daniel in the lion's den. I'm in my lion's den. I'm in the middle of frustration. I'm in the middle of my limitations. I'm in the middle of stress. I'm in the middle of depression. I'm in the middle of failure, and I feel as if I'm giving up. Where are you? You might be like a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You're being burned. Every turn you turn, you're being burned. And every turn you turn, it gets hotter and it gets hotter, and it's been eaten 7 times. You might be like a Jonah in the whale's belly, and you're like, oh my God, you're going to let me die in the belly of the whale. Where are you? When are you going to come forth? When are you going to come for me? When are you going to assist me? When are you going to bring me out of this? But let me tell you something, family. Whether it be 3 days, 12 years, 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, he will come through. His silence does not mean absence. His silence does not mean that he has given up on us. And if you think for a second that he's given up on you, remember the story of Abraham when he gave him a word. And because Sarah, having lacking faith, she said, it couldn't be me. It has to be someone else. I'm not able to do that. I'm past the years of bearing children. And so she sent him into to their maid. And what happened? Abraham shifted his focus from what God said about him. And for 15 years, God was silent. But I tell you, family, God was not absent. So if you're going through it right now, and from the day you were born, you've been going through it, and you're like, God, when are you going to turn it around for me? I want you to know that he's silent right now. because he's rounding up a masterpiece for you. He's silent right now because what he has for you is greater than what you can imagine or think. He's silent because what he's about to give you will be a blessing to nations to come. He's silent. He's silent, but he's never, ever absent. He's there. He's there with you. And just like Lazarus, he's gonna come through even when he's 3 days late, even when he's 10 years late, even when in your own eyes he's 15 years late. He's gonna come forth and he's gonna call you by your name and he's gonna tell you to come forth. And on that day, oh, what a rejoicing it will be when he calls you by name and tell you to come forth. When he calls you by name and call you out of your situation. When he calls you by name and say depression is not your portion. When he calls you by name and says you have no limitation. I do not call the qualified, I qualify the call. Oh, what a day when he calls you by name and he said, out of the belly of the whale you shall come forth. Oh, what a day when he calls you out of the middle of the lion's den without a scar. Oh, what a day when he takes you out of the middle of the fiery furnace, whole, pure, purified. Oh, what a day when he finally speaks. Family, I won't be long. This is probably going to be your longest ever nugget, but I just want you to know, whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing right now, however it may seem, even when it seems as if it's the end of it and there is no way out, you serve a promise keeper. And before you were formed in your mother's womb, he had plans for you. None of those plans were for you to suffer. None of those plans were for you to be depressed. None of those plans were for you to feel limited. Those plans were to prosper you and to give you a future. And he's our promise keeper. He's still gonna prosper you, and he's still gonna prosper you. He's still gonna do exceedingly abundantly for you. But let it be a case like Job, that after you've been tried, after you've come out of your fiery furnace, after you've come out of your lion's den, after you've come out of your whale's belly, after you've come out of your prison, after you've come out of the years you've been sold into bondage, let it be a case where after he has tried you, you will come forth as pure gold. Family, continue to be blessed. Continue to be reassured. Continue to find peace and comfort in knowing that even though he's silent, he's never, ever absent.